Actually, as a consumer, when I first heard of PIAM, I was like, what do you all do? Alright guys, I'm speaking to Mr. Chua. So he's the CEO of PIAM. PIAM is the Persatuan Insurance Arm Malaysia.
So basically, PIAM is an association of all the direct general insurance companies, plus 4 reinsurance companies. Okay, so that makes up to a total of 23 members. And Takaful members are not part of the association. They have another association of their own.
Okay. Actually, as a consumer, when I first heard of PIAM, I was like, what do you all do?
We represent the interests of the industry.
Okay.
There are a lot of initiatives that we do in terms of motor insurance, motor repairs, and so on and so forth. How we regularize it and organize it properly, and also looking after the interests of the consumer and making insurance easy to be understood. For example, let's talk about an insurance policy.
Yeah.
Do you ever read your insurance policy?
It's all the small words.
I mean, after reading the first line, you get confused, right? Yeah, so the objective is to make it simple. There are brochures that are in simplified languages, there are illustrations, product illustrations, so that it makes it easy for the consumer to understand, right? And also we try to make the claims process all easy, so that then if there is something happen, on the road, whatever, they know what to do. Right. So likewise, we are helping consumer to be providing more information, so that then they become more aware on one, understanding what are their requirements, and from there, then they can then purchase the type of products that they need, and of course, then there will be a different price to each of these products.
That's why you also recently pushed towards the digitization of the claims process.
Yes.
But a lot of consumers, when something happened, first of all, we don't remember which insurance company covers which car. That's an actual case, provided we see the sticker there.
Yeah.
But sometimes the sticker is from last year.
You're right.
And then when we found, then we look for the agent. And then we don't know what's next. We call the tow truck. Tow truck will bring us to Jalan Petaling there.
Or the police station.
Yeah.
Not necessary, depends on where the accident happens. But maybe some pointers and tips what to do. If there's an accident.
Yeah.
First thing is take a few measures of deep breath. First, calm yourself down.
Yeah.
Right. Secondly is to check, is there anyone injured? Right, in the car, or you yourself, or anyone outside there. If someone is injured, please offer assistance first. That's the most important thing, right?
True.
So once you are calm, then look at whether you have a dash cam, because a dash cam will capture what happened. A lot of times, we have our own interpretation of what happens. Because because we are in a kind of shock, we cannot recall full details. Now, if a car has dash cam, that helps you to capture what actually happened. And studies have shown that with dash cam, 95% of accidents are clarified very easily. Right? Now, even if there's no dash cam, first thing to do is, after you're calm, is to try to take photos of the scene. If your vehicle is not blocking the traffic, then get down without moving the vehicle. Take the necessary photographs of the position of the vehicle, and let's say if there's another vehicle involved, of the other vehicle also. Right? So that will provide evidence on
how it happened.
Right? Because it will throw some circumstantial evidence to that. Right? So that's the important thing. I know nowadays we have digital road tags. But in the past, if you have a road tax disc, you can take a photograph of that, and that will indicate which insurance company the car is insured with, right? But nowadays, if there's a digital form, maybe you can still get it from the other car owner, right? If it is not too aggressive. And take down his name if he provides you the name and IC number and so on and so forth. The point of the matter is that the more information you obtain, the easier is it for the police to complete their investigation and also for the insurance company to process your claim?
Yeah.
Because if all the documents and information are there at hand,
Yeah.
it smoothen out the process very, very much faster. Right?
There was this time where one of my staff, she was in an accident about 2:30 a.m. something like that, along out Taman Tun there.
Yeah.
So she called me. Then I rushed to her. When I arrived at the scene, right, she's already surrounded by a lot of people,
Yeah.
and she was a bit disoriented.
Yes.
And basically, yes, the car was in the middle of the road. So when those people arrive, they are like, I help you move your car to the side. Because it was she suspect people put oil or whatever. That's according to her, but not sure.
Yeah.
It's also a bit of rain. So they asked her, but for me to move your car there, you need to sign this paper. So she signed. So after she signed, they say, you signed already, ma. I'll fix your car. Tow and all that.
My advice is she did the right thing to contact you or contact someone that is close, right?
Yeah.
She should, by right, if the car is again not obstructing anything, stay in the car, right? And keep herself safe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you never know what sort of people that she's dealing with.
Yeah.
Normally, I would suggest that do not deal with such people. If you know who your insurer is, normally they will give you those days when you have road tax this and then there's the road tax plastic, right? There's a hotline for you to call.
Yeah.
Then you can call the number for the own insurance company's designated tow truck to come to tow your vehicle to the police station or to the designated sort of panel of repairers, right?
But the interesting thing is, throughout that incident, her car was fixed and insurance was also claimed. So she's like, everybody said don't pass my car, but at the end, it's done. So what is the scenario here? Because they say they are a panel as well, and all that. So we don't understand that time.
Okay, so this is a very competitive business in terms of motor garages. Everyone is fighting for business, right? And obviously, they are trying to get as much of this accident vehicles to the garage as much as possible.
See.
Some of them, you are right, could be under the panel of insurers, but there is no guarantee in terms of the quality of repair. Let's say if a part of the bumper is damaged, right? Would they replace it or would they repair it? Right? It depends,
Bondo.
right? Yeah. So, or are they going to give you original parts, or is it an OEM part, or is it from a kereta potong? Right? So you don't know, right?
But if it is the official number under the official panel, everything it'll be done properly.
Yes. Then the proper sort of process will be done, and a property quality check is there, that kind of thing, right? So that would be my advice, right?
Because as a consumer, right, consumer always believe is insurance company versus us. People always have this mindset that insurance company will want to save as much cost as possible.
So basically, insurance companies are custodian of public funds, if you can say that, right? Or policyholder funds, right?
Yeah.
We collect a premium, okay? A part of it goes to the administrative costs to run the insurance company, right? But the large part of it is actually to cater for losses. Right? Of course, if there's any surpluses, then of course the surpluses will declare to the shareholders of the companies. It is to our interest to compensate the customer fairly, not overboard, not under. So if the damage is so much, it needs X amount to repair it. That's the claim amount that would be paid, right? Why should we then reduce it below that? Right?
Understand?
Because the repairs will not be made. Right?
So on the part of claims process, accident happened, keep calm, call the number, and then wait for the tow truck to come. That's the best way, right?
Yeah.
And then all the evidence and all that, who do we pass it to?
Okay, the first thing to do is that once you call that hotline, then of course the claims notification is already registered, right, with the insurer, right? But of course you need to follow up in terms of completing the claim form, and that is where you can do digital claims online. and or other methods if you can fill out a claim form and so on and provide all this information. But I think the first thing will happen is that your car will be, if it is during the day, your car will be dragged straight away to the police station,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And you will have to be there because you need to lodge a police report,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Once you lodge a police report, then you will have to have a discussion with the police inspector. Now, when you have all this information, right, it makes it easier for him to come to any sort of conclusion, right?
Yep.
Or it helps him to complete his investigation faster,
Yep.
right? If you have a dash cam, that's even easier because the video will speak volumes, right? So that would be the first stage, right? Once you have that, and then once you have the police report, you can then complete the claim form and submit all these evidences to the insurance company. But meanwhile, once the police have completed their investigation,
Yep.
the car will be towed to a designated sort of a panel of repairers as designated by the insurer.
Whether you want to go back to 4S Center.
Yes.
It's designated by the insurance.
Well, the
company.
option is ultimately with the car owner, right? If let's say you're driving a Perodua car, you might want to go back to Perodua, fine, that's
Yeah.
fine also, right?
Yeah.
Or then there are other sort of panel of repairers by insurers, and normally this panel of insurers have provided some sort of guarantees to the insurance company, like for example that repairs will be guaranteed for 6 months. It depends on the various sort of scheme that they have, right? So then there is this kind of package if you want. If not, you can still go back to the franchise motor repairer. Right?
I understand from a consumer perspective, right? They always have this mindset that, oh, the insurance company is dragging my claim. But as far as I understand, there is a guideline under Bank Negara. Within a certain time frame, it must be concluded and then dispersed and all that, right?
Yeah.
So what actually is happening in between? I always tell my friends that most of the time it's not the insurance company. It's the workshop putting in a ridiculous high claim, trying their luck there. So may I ask, what is actually the case that causes the delay? And what can a consumer do in that instance?
Okay, maybe let me just run through what happens
Okay.
behind the scene, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So once the car is in the workshop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The workshop, the first thing they do is then to provide an estimate on repair,
Okay.
right? Because then they will need to see, okay, if there are parts that they need to dismantle to see what's the extent of damage.
Yeah.
What are the parts that needs to be replaced?
Yeah.
What can be knocked back or replaced,
Yeah.
repaired, right? So they will tabulate that, including the labor cost and how much it's gonna be, right?
Okay.
So once that estimate of repair is done, that will be then provided to the insurer, right? The insurer normally then appoint an independent party called a loss adjuster.
The adjuster.
Okay, so the loss adjuster will then inspect the car. Now he will then verify against that estimate cost of repair, right? See whether that's reasonable or not, right? So once that is completed, the loss adjuster will then issue a loss adjuster report to the insurer, right? So then the insurer will look through it and read through it. If that is reasonable and so on, they will approve the repair, right? And that's it. Then the workshop will then repair it. So the repair time depends on parts availability, what sort of work is required to repair a car. If they say there's a quite extensive damage, then it might take a longer time, right? But the cycle from the insurer can be very fast. So imagine if, let's say, the motor garage can produce the estimate cost of repair within 24 hours, immediately the insurance can assign a loss adjuster there, right? So all of that can be completed within 48 to 72 hours.
Then when the workshop keep telling consumer, oh, insurance haven't approved, what is the thing there? Why do they claim that?
Okay,
If that's the case, sometimes 1 month,
I think it's more of communication.
Okay.
More of communication, because sometimes it could have been approved already, but it's not communicated to the customer.
Oh, okay.
But a number of our members nowadays, they are more proactive. They send a SMS to the customer to say, look, that your vehicle has been approved for repair, that kind of thing. But a lot of times it could be that because the repair is more extensive, yeah, more extensive than the situation, and the garage might need more time to dismantle the car to see what are the hidden damages, right? So that process might take a little bit more time.
I see.
Right.
I see.
And that's why it drags it a little bit more.
But it has improved a lot. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't hear much from consumers saying that it drags on and all that. So, and then for digitization, is it that all members of PIAM now, they all have their digital portion or their portal already?
Yeah, most of them will have that, right? So it's easy to just get onto that.
So just upload whatever photo and everything
Yeah.
according to the steps provided.
Yeah.
And because most people will just call their agent, try and get their agent to process everything.
Yep.
But now we can do it digitally ourselves, so can speed up the process. So once digital, everything submitted, then just wait for news. Very clear cut.
No, they can always check with the repairer also,
okay.
right? What's the status of my car, right? That can be done if they want to know, how fast or how long. They can always ask the repairer, okay, how long is it going to take, right? Because it's very disruptive, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in Malaysia, we are a car-loving nation, right? So of course, everyone is quite anxious on when they get the car back. So they can take a few proactive steps by approaching the garage, right? Or they can also approach the insurer. I don't know.
Oh. I'm just curious. Is it very hard to start an insurance company?
Yes.
Motoring, very difficult.
Yes,
To
because
get a license.
Because number one, you need to get a license from Bannergram, right? And in order to get that, you would have to fulfill a lot of conditions, right? Capital requirements,
Yeah.
Expertise, and what are your strategic plans for 5, 10 years, that kind of thing.
I just want to take care of classic cars.
Classic. But I'm sure there are some insurers, our member companies that can consider that. But you need to be able to present a full
Business case.
business case and information, right? What are the classic cars used for? If you can even provide data on accident history,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That would be great, right? And also, who are the owners? Because I think we also want to look at who is driving the car.
Yeah.
And because a lot of times, it's not just about the car, it's about the driver. Different people have different behaviors, right? I can be a nice, polite guy talking to you, but once I step behind the wheel, I could be someone else, right?
True. And if I can't buy a car insurance for my old car, right? Can I buy some other form of insurance to protect against
No,
it?
you have to buy a motor insurance.
It has to be a motor
That's
insurance,
compulsory.
right?
Yeah. In order to drive a car on the road,
Yeah.
the Road Transport Act says very clearly that you need insurance.
Yeah, like if the car is really old, I can only buy a third party, right? And then on top of that, can I buy any form of insurance to insure any damage or theft or anything
would be
against
part-
the property?
That would be part of a motor policy. The motor policy has basically two main components. One will be the liability section,
Yeah.
where it protects against any injuries caused to people, or property damage.
Yeah.
And the other segment will be the damage to the vehicle itself. Right.
Yeah.
So those two components are part of the motor policy. Of course, you can opt out for the very basic cover. We call it the ACT cover,
Yeah.
which only covers third-party bodily injury. That means to say, if on the road you injure someone, that is the minimum cover you need to have, right? But if you're on the road, if you knock into another vehicle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That is not compulsory.
Yeah.
But under the law, the compulsory is any injury you cause to people.
Yeah.
That is compulsory.
I wish one day I can, I don't know, through some initiative, either from me or with the whatever companies that are willing to, that I can help take care of, these cars. And
Yeah, because when I was working in Singapore, for example, the company that I worked for, we insured a lot of this nice, fancy sports car. I'm sure there are insurers in Malaysia that has that kind of appetite for such vehicles. But again, I say, you need to provide adequate information.
Yeah, for them
right?
to-
What sort of vehicles they are talking about? Is there facility to repair it?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And how good are these repairers? Right?
Yeah.
Are they experienced? What are their credentials? Right? And who are the owners? Let's say for example you have this members club. That you have that, and what are the components of this, right?
Yeah.
In terms of repairers and so on and so forth, right? You have that full comprehensive thing. Perhaps then there are opportunities to present that. Yeah.
Hopefully one day.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the cars are already insured. Otherwise, they won't be able to be driven on the road, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
there
only
you
third
go.
party, lor. It's only
Yeah.
third party. Lor. They were hoping for more things that they can
Yeah.
insure against.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I learned a lot today, and thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Same here, Bobby. Been great talking to you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
So guys, I hope you guys learn today a lot more about the insurance and the background and all that. So level up your insurance knowledge via PIAM effort, Takaful. So, and log on to the website that I'm gonna show here, the JOM Level Up. All right. And thank you so much, Mr. Chua.
Thanks, Bobby. All right.
All right.
Want to win 50 ringgit touch and go with it? Look out for Jom Level Up quiz at www.jomlewup.my. Answer 5 questions, 50 ringgit to be yours. Signing off.